Everybody who loves their coffee has different preferences.
The thing I like about coffee devices today, you can have as much control as you want, or you can let technology make it easier for you.
But an espresso machine that can assess your specific coffee beans and tell you exactly how to grind them, measure them for you, and then extract a perfect shot, not to mention heating and foaming milk automatically? Easy coffee is the name of the game with Ninja's new Luxe Cafe automatic espresso machine.
In this review, I'm going to try it out here in my home. I'll make a variety of espresso drinks and try it out for making coffee too. I'll show you what it is about this machine that sets it apart from more complex machines and what kind of smarts it has. And I'll wrap things up with both the pros and the cons and let you know if I think I can recommend this automatic espresso machine for you. I would like to say thank you to Ninja for supplying me with the machine. Though they've gifted it to me, they haven't asked for or received permission to have any input into this review, and I got to test it out exactly as I wanted, so you can consider these thoughts my own.
Unboxing this machine is no small task. There's lots going on, so let's take a closer look. First is what Ninja refers to as the starter kit. These are some of your additional accessories, which includes the portafilter or handle, a large basket, a tamper, and a plastic collar or funnel. A special cleaning kit is also in here, which you'll need right away, so keep it handy. There's a silver cup riser on top. Removing the machine from the box, there is still more stuff in here. Inside a cardboard box under the nozzle is a special pitcher, which we'll get to. Ninja has built clever storage into the machine. On the right-hand side is a small swinging door where you can store the larger basket, which is meant for making drip coffee or Americano-style coffee. You can also stash the included cleaning brush in here too. On the left-hand side of the machine are two circular openings, which is where you're going to store both the tamper and the included funnel. Before you can make your first coffee, you need to run a water hardness test. Ninja includes water testing strips so you can see what the mineral content of your water is, and this will also let the machine know how often it needs to be descaled. With that reading locked in, you'll fill the very large water reservoir which sits at the back so you can flush the machine with water. Props to Ninja for creating that water tank with an integrated handle so it's easy to move. The Ninja Luxe Cafe espresso machine has a big LED screen on the front, which is where you can make your changes and adjustments. The machine is going to instruct you here on how to flush the insides, and then you're ready to configure the machine for your specific type of espresso beans, so now is a good time to fill the beans hopper.
I really love how smart this machine is and how it walks you through every step carefully and deliberately. The first 2 times you run the machine, it's going to take note of the beans you're using and help you choose the perfect grind, which is a little bit mind-blowing. To do this, you'll essentially prep your drink and brew 2 shots of espresso. The machine is going to ask you to make some adjustments, and then you're going to be ready for your first cup.
To make espresso, the default setting is a double shot. It will also make a quad shot if you use the bigger basket, and amazingly, the machine is smart enough to know which size basket you have in the portafilter, so it will only offer you options for the drinks you can make each size basket with. If you want a single shot, by the way, you'd need to put 1 cup under each spout of the portafilter. Turn the machine on and attach the funnel to your portafilter, then slide it into place under the grinder. Touch the Start Grind button and let it do its thing. When finished, gently tamp the grounds and then remove the funnel and lock the portafilter into the group head. Then press the Start Brew button. The machine runs what's called a pre-infusion first, where it wets the grounds. After about 5 seconds, the basic double shot will start flowing and it brews up in about 20 seconds. The machine actually floored me with how good a shot it's able to brew. The espresso is actually quite thick and there is a beautiful creamy crema on top. At its factory setting, the shot was quite hot but quickly drinkable. The drink riser is adjustable to a couple different heights, or you can remove it altogether for a bigger mug. Latte and cappuccino lovers can take the next step, which is to froth either dairy or plant-based milk. The jug has measurements right on the side, so pull out the steam wand and then insert it into the jug and slide it into place on its metal platform. Next, you're going to choose whether or not you're using dairy or plant-based milk like oat or almond. You can also choose how much foam you want, which is kind of cool. Once your settings have been selected, press the Start Froth button. A progress bar on the front will show you where it's at. When the machine is finished, it'll beep and you can slide the jug out and wipe the steam wand with a damp cloth right away. Then add your milk to your drink. In my case, a really nice cappuccino. To finish the cleaning process, push the steam wand back towards the machine where it's going to hover over a small hole in the base. Once it's situated, the machine will automatically flush out the inside of the wand for you.
For those who might like to use their machine to extract hot water for tea or other hot drinks, it doesn't seem like you can get hot water only from this machine. While there is a purge button, it really only extracts about an ounce or so of hot water.
If you'd like something more akin to a drip coffee or Americano, swap the double filter basket out for the large or quad basket. The machine is smart enough to know you've made the switch, and it will adjust its settings, including making the grind coarser accordingly. Just follow the instructions on the panel. I swapped my regular coffee beans in for this and got a really nice cup of coffee that wasn't at all gritty. You can also make cold press and over ice coffee drinks with this machine too.
I will admit before I talk about the cold brew and the over ice options that I'm not much of a cold coffee drinker, but for the purposes of this review, I decided to give it a try.
The cold press uses espresso while over ice uses brewed coffee. Now, cold press is a bit of a misnomer since it's not actually brewing espresso using cold water. It uses more of a lukewarm water setting coming out of the machine at about 87 Fahrenheit or 30 Celsius that definitely feels cool and is ideal for mixing into a cocktail or iced drink.
So what do I think of the drink quality? Some of you who may have seen my previous reviews of coffee and espresso gadgets will know I'm a bit of a coffee snob. I am very specific about what I like, but at the same time, I don't generally have the time to fuss and fawn over my morning espresso, so this machine is right up my alley.
I have to say the quality of the espresso in particular is just as good as almost any coffee shop espresso shot I've had. The temperature is bang on, the shot is thick, and the crema is ultra creamy. I've been testing out a few different types of beans in this machine, and the Ninja Luxe Cafe seems to be able to manage beautifully. When paired with milk, the machine can make any number of other drinks, from cappuccino to lattes, flat whites, cafe au lait, and even hot cocoa.
If you are going to be brewing different types of drinks, you might want to have access to different types of beans, and fortunately Ninja makes this a lot easier than most other espresso machines.
The beans hopper can be pulled right out and removed so you can dump out any excess beans and swap them in for something different at any time.
When it comes to the cleanup, the automatic steam wand cleaning on this machine is just the beginning.
The drip tray will let you know when it gets full of water when the small floating indicator rises enough for an orange line to be visible. Just slide the tray forward and carefully carry it to the sink where you can dump it out and clean it. The baskets can be pulled from the portafilter by lifting from the back, and both of these pieces should be hand washed. The funnel, water reservoir, beans hopper, and drip tray are all dishwasher safe. The machine will also let you know if you need to clean or descale it, in part based on the number of shots you pour and the hardness of your water.
And almost everything on this machine can be adjusted to your personal preference.
You can choose a brewing temperature using a button on the control panel. Brew strength can be adjusted by holding the size button for 3 seconds, then rotating the center dial to setting H9, and then making your choice. You can also adjust the milk temperature when you set the jug into place. Hold that size button for 3 seconds, and then rotate the dial to setting H7 and make your adjustments.
Overall, I have to say, I've been blown away by this machine. I gave up on a manual espresso machine several years ago after I retired my Rancilio Silvia manual machine. I found the fussing and the adjustments that were constantly required was just way more work than I wanted to put into a cup of espresso first thing in the morning. It was about that time I started adapting to using Nespresso pods. This machine, though, has turned all of that on its head again, and I am ready to go back to real espresso from real beans. Let's go over both the pros and the cons of the Ninja Luxe Cafe automatic espresso machine.
On the pro side, absolutely everything here is automated and smart, and the machine can adapt to almost any drink. I love the fact it can do an assessment of your espresso beans to dial in the perfect grind, and it helps you extract the perfect shot. I also think the addition of the funnel for the top of the portafilter is absolutely genius, and unlike another machine I recently tried where I was forced to wipe up coffee grounds every day, this configuration barely spills a grain. I couldn't ask for better overall results. The shots are beautiful, hot, and thick with a nice crema, and they're wonderful on their own or when used with milk drinks. And speaking of the milk, again, this machine is smart enough to adapt to both dairy and plant milks to get the perfect amount of foam and heat. And with the different quick measurements on the jug, it makes it easy to pour correctly. Plus, you're getting both heat and foam here, unlike some other automatic and semi-automatic machines, which can usually only handle one or the other.
That it also cleans and purges the steam wand after is a great help, and all the pieces are easy to clean or they're dishwasher ready. I also really appreciate the fact that pretty much every setting, from heat to brew intensity and milk foaming and temperature, is adjustable to my preferences.
And of course, the wide variety of drinks you can make, from pretty much any milk-based espresso drink to a dedicated cafe Americano and even colder drinks, makes it really versatile.
So what are the potential downsides? I have been really struggling to find anything that was a true sore spot for me personally, or that felt like it could be a major problem. I think maybe there might be some users who will lament the lack of a dedicated hot water dispenser in here, but for me, that's just not a deal breaker or even a real downside. In short, I have found an amazing new espresso machine that not only makes great coffee, but it looks good out on the counter too, just as good as any high-end machine. I can absolutely recommend the Ninja Luxe Cafe automatic espresso machine for you. It sells for about $6.99 Canadian or $4.99 US, which is actually a bit less than similar machines that don't do as much for you, so I find that pretty impressive too. Shark Ninja makes some pretty unique and helpful gadgets. You can check out what else I've reviewed from the company or see if a pod coffee machine might be more your style right now.